everybody, it's Angel from Halo Inspirations. We give you inspirations to help you spread beauty and joy through your quilting journey. Happy hump day. Whoop whoop. I need one of those buttons that Michael had in that video that goes rant rant. That was awesome. If any of y'all watched the video, if you in fact have enjoyed the sound effects and some of the Easter eggs that were put inside of there, we tried to have a little fun with this video, and I think the tech guy has outdone himself. So thank you to Mayhem. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Hey there, Angel. Hey there, Miss Mary. You're between downpours and lightning. Woo! Holy moly. And you know what? I've got this screen up. Let me pull the webcam only. I don't know. You should be able to... Oh, look. I had it turned off. Okay, let's see what happens with this chat box. I don't know why I started on that. That's interesting. Hey, there we go. Hey, Miss Dawn. Okay, we should be able to see both sides in that chat box. What I need to know is it big enough? Can y'all see you're having hot weather there? Oh my goodness. Now I will tell you, Angel's coming from us from Facebook and Dawn's coming from us from YouTube. So they are both flowing right there inside of that box. Let me move over. But Miss Mary, you're between downpours and lightning. Stay safe, please. Stay safe. And hello there, Bobbert and Sherry. Hello, hello. And no, you haven't watched it yet, Bobbert. I'm guessing that's what the no was. You haven't watched the video yet. The chat box is super cool. Okay, I'm so glad. The only thing that you can't see in this type of chat box, and I can switch it eventually, is that you don't have the symbols of where people are coming from. But I don't know that it matters as long as you both can see inside and just be able to chit chat amongst each other. But yes, how super cool. Absolutely. Today we tried really hard to have fun with it because I don't always, my sense of humor is a little different and it's dry and sometimes it's just not funny. I like to think I'm funny, but, you know, the truth is, you can't read the bottom box, but you're on the phone. Oh, well, turn your phone sideways. You're not crazy about it. Well, thank you for your feedback, Miss Mary. At any rate, no, it's funny. Yeah, okay. So, at any rate, it was, you know, trying to add a little entertainment for you while we talked about seam gauges, right? And seam guides, right? But I had a lot of people ask about them, and so I wanted to give a short demonstration on exactly what that was. And I do have a couple things to add to it. Hi, Miss Bell. You're on your laptop so you can see it nicely. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. And I can shrink it, just so you know. I can make it like it a little bit not so long, and then we'll see. It's a work in progress, right, guys? So thank you all for the feedback. I really do appreciate the feedback on that, so we can make this better. But at least we're all in one place now, and you know, people don't feel like they have to go one place or the other, and it's wherever you are. We're coming to you. You're going to go see tornado. Oh, yeah. Yesterday, Kansas City area did have tornadoes last night, and they were pretty intense from my understanding. And Miss Mary, you like to see quilts and projects. Okay, absolutely. And Sharina, you just finished block 1 of a sew along. Whoop, whoop. That is so much fun. So much fun. Okay, I do have a couple things to add to the video as normal. Let me think. Okay, I don't know if any of y'all caught it, but when I actually was demonstrating a scant 1/4 inch, I was looking through a camera and I actually went into a regular 1/4. So I did a regular 1/4 twice. But the same principle applies, right? Now, one of the reasons I will tell you, I have had the ideal seam guides and the ideal seam gauge since 2015. That's how long I've had these. I actually thought I lost this. I couldn't find it. You know how it goes in your sewing room, right? So I bought two, and I ended up giving one away because I don't need to, and I've never lost it since, because I'm telling you, this is a gem. I have had other seam gauges. You know, it was working, but I got one free once with an order. I wanted to try something else. I always go back to this. And the reason is, when I go to test my fabric, it usually does fall between a quilt, I was reading a comment, a 1/4 inch or scant. It's one of those two holes, 99% of the time. However, every blue moon I get something really crazy, and I wanted to let you know, these holes have a little bit of space where your needle it's got some wiggle room, and every blue moon I have to go to the left. This way is the left for you guys, to the left side of the hole. I know that sounds really crazy, but every blue moon. So you can even adjust it a little bit within that hole. Okay. And that's only, gosh, it's not even a thread really, I would believe, but it does happen. If I would move to the right. Okay. How's that? Is that better? We will work this out. And then you made 20 cornerstones and you're ready to cut sassing strips for a quilt-along project. Yay! Yay for you. Hey there, Mom. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Your quilted jacket calls for a 1-inch seam. I wish I had it then. Yeah, so it does. It goes from 1/8 of an inch to 1.5. I don't think I've ever used anything above 1/2. I don't think. But it's there. You know, it does have a 5/8 and a 3/8 for those who do sew garments. And like I said, it does go up to 1.5 inches. So this is an absolute gem. And it is, I'm telling you guys, I've tried others. It's my favorite. I've had it 7 years. It's still going strong. Absolutely love it. This is 7 years old also. Okay, thank you, Angel. And like I said, I'm going to start to manipulate the box a little bit. We'll get it better. But 7 years I've had this, and it still is my favorite for bulky items. I want to say I found the seam guides, the yellow thin 1/32, super thin, guidelines by Quilting for Guidelines, these little guys. I think I found those in 2018 or 2019. So I've been using them for several years, and there's other things you can do. In that longer video, I do demonstrate other methods with the seam guide, of course, but things like washi tape or painter's tape or credit card, like our infamous Bonnie Hunter loves to use. She uses a credit card. You just take the credit card and you would line it up next to the seam gauge. Now, what I have a problem with is I don't want it to go over my feed dogs. So it makes it a little hard. And then I will be honest with you guys, when it comes to tape, you'll have to stack more than one piece because you want it a little bit thick, right? So that the fabric doesn't go over it. I never get it to line up right when I do one on top of the other. So that's where these things come in, because I don't have to deal with that. What do you think about the stick down guide that straddles both sides of the needle? I don't think I've seen it. Oh, they make this. I think if you're talking about, I haven't bought it, and my thought, I share a thought with you. I think you're talking Quilting for Guidelines makes a seam guide, I believe, and it straddles both sides, I believe, of the needle, and it's supposed to give you a 1/4 inch. My only concern is, and I haven't bought it, so I don't know, but I don't know if you can actually adjust between a scant and a quarter, and that's what concerns me. But I need to try it. That's a good science experiment. Let me write that down. Okay, because I can go and buy one and play with it and see how it works, because I've never used it. Because I love this. I mean, I've tried and it didn't work out. So, you know, I hate to change again, but it might work for somebody else. So I'm going to play with it and see. I'll let y'all know in the future. The other thing couple more things. None of these leave residue. The yellow ones don't leave any residue, and neither does the So Very Smooth Ideal Seam Guide. It doesn't leave residue either, so you never have to worry about that. I wanted to make sure I pointed that out because I didn't say that as a benefit, but it doesn't. So that is one other benefit. And the last thing I had to say, so, you know, if you had these yellow things, now see, I have a top loader. If you have a front loader for your bobbin, man, it can stay there for a long time. You won't have to get it out and take it in and get it out and take it off, you know, like I do. And then I have one loaded right now. That same one from the video, it's still loaded. But when I run out of bobbin, I have to pill it. So I don't want to do this particular method for me. And I've gotten really comfortable. You get used to things, right? But if you wanted a longer line, you know, this one is really long, right? So when you're sewing, you've got a nice straight edge, okay, that goes a distance, right? So it really helps to guide that fabric through and keep it straight. And you can even pay attention to what's going on behind your needle, and it'll show you whether or not you're keeping straight, because that actually will tell you how straight you're sewing. These are a little smaller, but what you can do on the front side, because you don't want to cover feed dogs, but you can actually stack them, you know, in a line, one right after the other, and that'll give you a longer line if in fact you need that. So you don't want to drop names. You're fine to drop names. She does have a seam guide that is the shape of a flower. I actually have one color right now in my shop. It's jade. That's a little different of a seam guide, and it's a great. A lot of people love it, but the difference is there's no lip, so there's a line for you, and you'll have to keep your fabric along that line that's on the seam guide. Like, there's no lip there. It's just a print off of different lines. Now it does have different lines, so when you're doing like half square triangles, you can keep that point along that line so that you know you're sewing on it. And if you're really good at keeping your fabric straight without having a lip, it works brilliant. Now you'll have to pay attention how big your 1/4 inch is and how your fabric would have to sit compared to the line. So if you need to go a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left, you'll have to pay attention to that because there's no lip. So that's the biggest difference, but people love it. They absolutely love it. Yeah, the seam guide helped you immensely. It is a blessing, and I love the lip because I'm one of those people. I have crooked eyes. I don't sew as straight without the lip. I think it's because I've used it now as a crutch. I've tried recently to do binding with this, and I kept going over, and I ended up sewing a 3/8. It was terrible. It was not a good idea. I did it twice, as a matter of fact. So you think I learned the first time. I now load this. But seam guides and seam gauges, if you're struggling with your 1/4 inch or you're struggling on sewing straight, they will keep you straight and help you get that 1/4 inch where you need it, depending on the project that you're using, or the fabric, or the thread, because thread takes up space in your seam too. So if you change threads, your 1/4 inch may change with it. So they are they're my blessing. I am so grateful. And I'm glad to hear, Mary, that you feel the same way, because it truly is an absolute blessing. So, at any rate, that's what I had for today. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions? Or I want to know, if for those of you who watched this morning's drop, how you felt about the Easter eggs and the sound bites. Oh, thank you, Miss Mary. Believe it or not, I learned from you guys too. Truly. Seeing your creativity, looking at different ways that you put stuff together. When you ask a question, anybody asks me a question, it stops to make me think, and sometimes it makes me learn either a different way of doing something myself, or a different way to explain it, right? You love the video. Great sound effects. Thank you, Miss Bell. I was hoping so. Mayhem worked very hard on it. I love my foot guides, but on pre-cuts, it doesn't work with it. Yeah, it depends. It does work with, now you have a foot with the guide. Okay, it will work with these seam guides, and I'm surprised it doesn't with yours, because it really depends on where on the pinked edge, if it's on the valley or if it's on the mountain side of where that 1/4 inch is going to lie. But with the seam, with these types of things, you can adjust that too. So if you're working with nothing but pinked edges of pre-cuts, you can sew them together and you can adjust your guide as needed to make sure that you're getting the right foot. So that will work. It was funny. I'm so glad. Yay. Thank you, Miss Sherry. We wanted to do something a little different. Now we're gonna still use yours is usually in the valley. Yeah. So that's where the guide, if you had to move, you can't move it on your foot. That's the unfortunate thing. And I don't know if your foot, if like some machines, you can move the foot by like 0.1 millimeter to the left or right. That might help though. If you can do that. See, mine doesn't do that. It's got 3 spots, left, right, and in the middle. So that's where my seam guide comes into play. But I forget what I was talking about. I get distracted. But yeah, this was fun. Oh, that's where I was going. The fun. So the next video is again like a instructional project idea, and so a quilt project. And you'll learn more about it next week. So we are going to be doing a quilt for the next couple of weeks, quilt projects. So we'll back off a little bit on some of the things that we did, but we're still going to do a little bit of it because it just makes it, I think, personally, when I have to review it, I was laughing so hard. It made me want to keep watching just so I could see what he did next. Because I did the video, I put the clips together, so I knew what was coming. But I didn't when he did all the Easter eggs. I mean, there's an ant on the screen. There's the different words that he used. So it's not just, it's also visual, some of the things that he did. And we just had fun with that, right? But you forgot to? Thanks, Bobbert. So we are going to back that off just a little. So it won't be as super crazy when I'm trying to demonstrate something so that you can be, I could be understood more clear and you can focus a little better instead of having all the distractions that can come with it. Yeah. You had a good time making it, Michael? Michael's signed in as Halo right now. So you had a blast. You really did. I told him you have free reign because he's done some really cool stuff on his own videos. And so I told him, I said, I want you to just run and don't stop. And you did awesome, Michael. You really did. So I'm glad that we had some positive feedback with that, because we want to have some level of entertainment for you, because it's quilting. We all love quilting. And then I can talk a lot, right? And that way you'll have something when I need to be quiet, right? But at any rate, yeah, so that's today was our live quilting and answers. I'm so super glad that y'all stopped in for this. I appreciate y'all taking your time and coming out. You just get more to make fun of when you talk. Yes, absolutely. Right, Michael? Oh, thank you, Miss Bell, our favorite Southern Belle. Look at that. Great tech guy. No, I don't talk at all. Okay. I'm quiet and shy. But that's what we got. So next week, look forward to a different type of quilt. And there'll be some more to come out with that. It's not the sew along yet, Mary. We're still working on that. But it is something to intrigue you and to give a little food for thought. I'm hoping it'll somehow inspire you. I am going to be utilizing scraps. So it is a good scrap buster because I know we all have them. Of course, I like to show fabric that we have here in the store so you can see it being utilized. So that'll come. It'll come. We'll do more of that soon. But next week is a scrap buster, and there'll be a few videos on it, but I'll explain. They're not going to be back to back, so I'll explain that all when we come back next week. But thank you again for stopping by. If you're on wherever you are, if you like that video and you like this one, make sure you give us a thumbs up. And I was very serious. If you know somebody, if you have a quilty friend and they struggle with their 1/4 inch or sewing straight, because those are so important in quilting, please share the video with them, because that way it might be an answer for their struggle. Okay. Oh, look at that. It's a dinosaur. I don't mean to have a dinosaur. I don't even know what that is, but thank you, Miss Bell. You love anything scrappy? Scraps, absolutely. That's so funny. I don't even know where that came from. I don't know what that's called, but I need to change the picture because it was a dinosaur. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, too cute. Oh, there's another one. Okay. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Mayhem. Oh, that's fun. And there'll be other interactive things that come along. It's an alert for Facebook. Okay, cool. There'll be some other things too that come along. We'll have some more interactive fun with different things on the live videos like this, so that there can be, a little fun with that too. But dinosaurs are popular. Yes, they are. Look, there's another one. Bobbert liked the stream too. Thank you. Oh, I love it. Oh, dinosaurs are popular, but I think I could change the picture. We're going to find out. That's so fun. Thank you, Angel. I appreciate y'all liking that video. Appreciate it a lot. And again, don't forget to share it if you have somebody who really struggles with their 1/4 inch. This may again be a solution. But that's all I got for Wild and Crazy Guys. Today we are, aren't we, Sherry? Oh. But your machine is a dinosaur. Oh, you're funny. Okay. Well, maybe the dinosaur stays, right? Or maybe I can change it every week to have a little entertainment with that one too. But oh, this was worth skipping your nap for. I'm so glad. Very cool, very cool. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna let you all go until next week when we do something with scraps for next week's video and inspiration. But until then, guys, and thank you again for stopping by. I love y'all. You have no idea how much I love y'all. But until next time, may you all continue to be inspired, productive, ever so joyful. Never stop believing and never stop making your dreams in quilting come true. I love you all again. I seriously do. Happy quilting. Happy hump day.